Hey guys, Crypto Haze here, back once again with one more cryptocurrency video. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk about mining Bitcoin gold. So, Bitcoin Gold was launched not very long ago. It was, I want to say about 4 months ago, 3 months ago, something like that. Now, it was a big deal before it was launched for a number of reasons. That includes the fact that it is a branch off of the Bitcoin blockchain, the actual Bitcoin, but it runs on a different algorithm. It runs on the Equihash algorithm. So the Equihash algorithm is what's known as ASIC resistant. While I'm talking here, let me just go ahead and let you see that. So ASIC resistant means that it should always only be mineable on GPUs. That's graphics processing units or graphics cards. The things that you need to have a decent one of in your computer if you want to play video games. Right? So what that means is that Bitcoin Gold is has the potential to be far more decentralized than Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash. Now, the reason for that is because both Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash are able to run on algorithms that at this point in the game require very expensive hardware to run. You can run those algorithms on a CPU, which is how Bitcoin was started. You can run it on a GPU. You can. There is software out there. However, you're not going to make anything. You're not. Because these ASIC machines, the dedicated hardware that is now used to mine Bitcoin and also Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin now, those machines will massively outpace anything you can do with a CPU or a GPU. You just can't compete. Now, the problem with that is, unfortunately, Bitcoin and any other coin that runs the same algorithm, SHA-256 or geez, I forget the name of the other one right now, is going to, as time progresses, become more and more centralized, because the average person cannot afford to buy, run, maintain the hardware that's required to mine it. So the only people really running the vast majority of the hardware that can do the mining for these currencies are very large operations or very large pools, but even the members of the pools are running ASICs. It's the whole point of Bitcoin, or one of the main points, was that it should be decentralized. Decentralized. Not able to be controlled, owned, or operated by any one major operation. So BitcoinGold came along. It's not the first one to be ASIC resistant, so they say. There's no proof that it will always be ASIC resistant. It's a theory. It's a pretty good theory. I'm pretty up on computer science, and I've studied the Equihash algorithm, so I'm a fan of the individuals that came up with the idea and put it into play. Zcash. Zcash is great. Zcash runs on Equihash. It was, as far as I understand, the first crypto to run on the Equihash algorithm, and I really do believe that it's going to stay always on GPUs, graphics processing units. So BitcoinGold came along. It's great. I like it. You know, it hasn't had the best start in the world. So, when BitcoinGold was launched, actually before it was launched, there was some pre-mining going on by the developers, and there were a lot of people that didn't like that. Basically, the developers, through pre-mining, owned a pretty good chunk of the BitcoinGold currency before anybody else could even mine or buy it whatsoever. A lot of people were concerned about that. You know, not necessarily the best business practice. However, it does appear that this was done in order to create a purse, if you will, a bankroll, money, equity to be invested in the future of BitcoinGold. Through employing individuals to support it in the future, supporting projects that will be built upon it, those sorts of things. So if that's the case, hey, that's all good, you know, because how else are you going to secure the future of your cryptocurrency? It's a good way to do it. There were also issues with their initial code that went out to the mining pools. There was something in it to where a certain small percentage of whatever you mined would automatically go back to someone whom I believe was one of the original creators. I don't believe this was done with the knowledge of the full team, and I do believe that it has hopefully been corrected. Don't really know for sure. I haven't seen the code personally. One thing I'd like to add to that, however, is that it is my understanding that the SuprNova mining pool checked the code before BitcoinGold mining went live, found that particular piece of code, and removed it. So, if you were, like me, mining BitcoinGold from the start via SuprNova, you were never subject to that issue. There was another issue. How does this one go? This is another one that I was not affected by, but certain wallets had some sort of backdoor issue to where they were being emptied by somebody. It's another issue. So, you know, these are kind of major issues. They really are. And, you know, it gave a lot of people good reason to want to stay away, honestly. But, my opinion is this sort of thing happens. Anything that's expected to be a popular new thing, it's going to be attacked. It is going to be attacked. I believe at this point these issues have been resolved. I don't foresee any kind of major issue going forward. And so, you know, that's the downside with BitcoinGold. The upside is it's an Equihash algorithm, and the difficulty on it right now compared to other Equihash cryptos is very low, which means you can mine it pretty darn easily with less than optimum hardware, right? So I do not have fantastic mining hardware. Not yet. Soon, but not yet, right? So I have a couple of AMD graphics cards. They're dated. They're both R9 series cards, right? But I'm mining BitcoinGold at a pretty darn decent clip with my two very outdated graphics cards. And of course, you know, now that I'm recording, it slows way the heck down. Go figure. But I'll leave that up there for a little bit. Let's have a look at... So, I'm still using SuprNova. That's who I started with. I'm going to stick with them. You know, when I found out that they were the only pool that seemed to discover the issue with the original pool code. They were the only ones that took that part of the code out before BitcoinGold mining went live. Man, I was already a fan of SuprNova, but that sealed the deal. Just that got her did for me. Seriously. That got her did. I mean, how awesome is that? And they didn't even announce that they had found it. Others had discovered that that's what they did and reported on it. So they just, you know, did what's right for the community. Didn't even announce it. Just humble as can be. Just, hey, yeah, we did that for you. It's all good. We don't want no credit though. So yeah, SuprNova great. BitcoinGold's start was pretty darn rocky. I still believe, for a lot of reasons, including the fact that it is ASIC resistant, it's based on the Equihash algorithm, it's going to go places. It's gonna take time. A lot of people are still pretty weary of it, but in time it'll prove itself. If you're holding BitcoinGold right now, hold it, hold it, hold it. Seriously, hodl. It's gonna be great, have no doubt. So I'll probably do another video getting more in depth on like how actually to mine it, but just real quick, this guy here, this is actually Claymore's Zcash miner. Zcash is mined using the Equihash algorithm. So all you have to do is point your Zcash miner to a BitcoinGold pool. That's all you have to do. So that's why it says up and down here ZEC. It's a Zcash miner, but it's pointed to BitcoinGold at SuprNova. Simple, sweet, not complicated. You don't need a miner that's, oh, I'm a BitcoinGold miner. No. Anything that'll mine the Equihash algorithm. And it will, for a very long time, if not possibly forever, always be only mineable on GPUs, making it properly decentralized, which is what crypto is supposed to be, properly decentralized. Because anyone with a computer that they can play video games on can be a member of the BitcoinGold community. So, BitcoinGold, my opinion, huge future. It's the thing to be in right now, especially if you don't have a whole lot of mining hardware to throw at something like this. Even a little bit of mining hardware and you can get somewhere. Alright? Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Appreciate it. If you found this video to be informative, please like, share, and subscribe. If not, feel free to leave a comment below. Let me know how I can improve. I enjoy constructive criticism. Alright, till next time, be cool.